section.
21, freshman Kenzie Greger. Ball forward from Oswego, New York, number 22, junior Titi Cianferrano. Defenseman from Winnipeg, Manitoba, number 4, freshman Kate McKenzie. Defenseman from Burlington, Ontario, number 25, senior Emma Greco. In goal today for the Bobcats from Excelsior, Minnesota, number 34, senior Sydney Rossman, and the rest of the Quinnipiac Bobcats. The head coach of the Bobcats in her second season is in Sandra Turner. The assistant coach is Eddie Artico. The assistant coach is Amanda Mazzata. Now, introducing the starters for your RPI Engineers. Off forward from Whitby, Ontario, number 6, sophomore Jamie Rigsby. Off forward from Toronto, Ontario, number 7, freshman Sabrina Rapace. Off forward from Heartland, Wisconsin, number 18, sophomore
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Houston Fieldhouse for today's ECAC hockey game featuring the 8th-ranked Quinnipiac Bobcats and the RPI Engineers. Perry Lascaris here on RPI TV, bringing you this one. RPI coming off of a 4-0 loss to Princeton yesterday. The Bobcats, a 4-0 win over the Union Dutchwomen. As I mentioned, Quinnipiac, number 8 in the country. They're 12-4-3 overall, 6-2-1 in ECAC hockey play. The Engineers 5-13-1. 2-5-0 in the conference. Starting goaltenders today, it'll be Sydney Rossman, the senior from Excelsior, Minnesota. Making her 18th appearance. She's 10-4-2 with a .918 save percentage, .151 goals against average. And for RPI, the sophomore from Sollentuna, Sweden, Lovisa Solander, making her 18th appearance, 5-11-1, .273 goals against, .915 save percentage. Underway from the Fieldhouse, it's RPI in their home whites, Quinnipiac in their road dark blues with gold trim as it's worked into the RPI zone. Josephine Hansen will track it down and shoot it around to the near wall. Grigsby forces her way to center and now picked up by Sabrina Rapace, the top scorer for RPI on the year with 11 points. She'll play it in deep and pick it up on the other side, looking to center. Pass was a bit behind Laura Horwood, the senior captain. It'll be gloved down at center by Iwanski. That'll be a hand pass on RPI. Will send the face-off back to the RPI zone. Referees today, Scott Recor and Chris Caruso. The linesmen are Stephanie Wild and Evan Knox. Quinnipiac head coach Cassandra Turner in her second year. She's a 2003 grad from Brown University, and RPI's head coach John Burke went to Bowling Green, graduated in 1991. He's in his 14th season at the helm for these Engineers. It'll be Laura Horwood to center. Flipped back into the zone by the Bobcats' Megan Turner, senior from Bedford, New Hampshire. Right back to the Quinnipiac blue line where it's played by Katie Tabin. A coming together of sticks in the neutral zone as Alicia Barry can't keep it in. Played behind the net by Rossman, over for Tabin. Broken up by Tomlinson for a moment, but it is moved out to the neutral zone. Taylor Schwalbe had a crack at it. Emma Woods as well, and it's back to the RPI zone. Pushed in towards goal, just poking at it. An odd play there from Solander. It'll be flipped all the way down the ice, no icing. Gathered there by Kate McKenzie, freshman from Winnipeg, Manitoba. She'll skate it to center. Firing it off the wall. First one to it will be Danielle Marmer. She'll be bottled up in the corner. Whitney Rand trying to play up the wall, stolen away. Randy Marcone around the far side. She looks to cycle there. Bit too far for Marma, but she'll track it down in the corner. Back to the point. Touch to the far wall. That's really all Baumgart could do about it. It'll be gathered by the Engineers here. Raspa to center, finding co-captain and senior Lindsay Hilwa. She'll move into the zone. Hilwa on the move. She did not play last night, Hilwa. Shielding the puck all the way to the back of the net. Now Bohonic. Half fanned on that shot into the slot. It'll be corralled by McKenzie. Kenzie Prater to center. Just across the blue line, and it'll be stolen away by Hansen. Hansen driving into the zone. Lost her balance a bit on her way in and lost the puck as well. Flip to the RPI zone. It'll be Hansen back to pick it up for RPI, the sophomore from Copenhagen, Denmark. Her pass nearly picked off by Prater. It'll be corralled on the far side by Cleary. Abby Cleary trying to play it back to the point. It was stolen by Thomas, who gets it as far as center. Shot back in by senior Emma Greco. It'll be slapped around by Hansen to the near boards. Kept in nicely at the point by Cianfrano. And now Woods trying to find Cianfrano, lost it in her skate. It'll be scooped out towards center. They'll say that was not played with a high stick by Rapace as we play on. Gathered again by Hansen in her own end. 3.5 into the first period. No score, RPI and Quinnipiac from the Houston Fieldhouse. As it'll be dumped in again by the Bobcats. Horwood can't get it out. Now the senior from Minnetonka, Bohonic, trying to get it out of there. Horwood to center, finding Schwalbe. And now carried on further by Horwood. She works it into the zone. poked off her stick, helped to the corner by Rossman. Now Horwood taken into the wall by Tabin. Baumgart to the far side of the zone. Schwalbe's going to try and keep this one in, although she gave it right away. So Samiskevich, who works it down the ice. Here's Horwood now. Bouncing through center. Greco plays it back in front of the RPI bench. Tipped into the zone by Marmer. Over to help out. This is the junior, Amanda Kimmerly. Does a nice job to work it to center. Now it was Horwood who threw it off the shin pad of Tomlinson. She's upended on her way into the zone, and the Engineers are going to go in the power play here. Body checking, no interference is the call. Puck was nearby. The Engineers will take the power play here. RPI, the man advantage this season, 13 out of 88. That's 14.8%. And the Bobcats penalty kill comes in 19th in the country, 85.9% on the season. These two teams battled to a 0-0 tie the last time they met here. It was January 8th of this year, obviously last season. Before the Engineers and Bobcats played in a pretty thrilling playoff series last year. RPI back in the postseason for the first time since 12-13. They forced overtime in both games of a best-of-3 series. RPI lost both 3-2 and 2-1. But Lovisa Solander was the star in both of those games. She made 57 saves in game 1 and 66 in game 2. But of course, Quinnipiac sweeping the series by the tightest of margins as the puck is tied up in the Quinnipiac zone. 14:41 to play in a scoreless first period, finally worked out by Tabin. Engineers on the power play for another minute 7. As it's once again dug free by the captain, Emma Woods, who fires it down. Solander will just help it behind the goal. It'll be corralled by Josephine Hansen. 5 assists on the season for Hansen, who earned some international experience over the summer, playing for the Danish national team. Again, dumped in by the Bobcats, and again, it'll be Hansen to start the breakout for RPI. Here's Horwood. Had a solid November. 6 points in 6 games, coming back from injury. Now Wren walking in. Drops it off for Kimmerly. Some space for her. Fires wide. It'll be gathered by Thomason, trying to throw it off the back of the goaltender. Bit of a late whistle there. Rossman will hop up. She had it pinned against the post. I don't think the referee on the far side saw that she had the puck covered. Thomason kept battling to the whistle. We have a face-off coming up here in the Quinnipiac zone. Still 20 seconds on the RPI power play. And we get a whistle. We're going to redo this face-off. Shots officially 1-0 RPI with a little over 6 minutes gone in the period. Wren. Kimmerly off for Horwood. Horwood waiting. Didn't quite get the pass. It did eventually get to Kimmerly. About to come out of the box here. 8 seconds to go on the power play for RPI. Horwood being pressured, finds Kimmerly once again. Down low for Schwalbe. And now Horwood lost the puck out of the box. McKenzie. So 0 for 1 on the power play are the Engineers, and now Quinnipiac looks to break to center. The defenseman McKenzie will try and chase this one down. They beat out the icing. And McKenzie's then tripped up behind the goal by Wren. It'll be played now by Schwalbe. Out of Anchorage, Alaska, the sophomore will move it to center. Turner drops it back. Now they'll try the far side as it's dumped in by Kenzie Lancaster, the sophomore from Waxhaw, North Carolina. Intercepting is Wren in the middle of her own zone, although she's pressured on her way out and just barely gets it across the blue line. It'll allow Quinnipiac to gather back in their own end once more. Shannon Cherpak worked it into the zone. Hansen tried to clear. Second effort does not get it done as it's tipped back into the Engineers' end, but Quinnipiac wants to change. Hansen will gather. Quickly up the wall and all the way down. This will be icing on RPI. And we'll get a whistle Lavisa Solander made 39 saves last night in the 4-0 loss to Princeton. But she's yet to see one here. Probably a welcome sight for her. She, dating back to last year, has seen top 10 shots on goal in the country, turning a number of them away, of course. And she was the preseason All-ECAC goaltender. Still looking to live up to that notoriety. Shot around to the near wall. It'll be kept in there by the Bobcats. Cianferrano hands it off. McKenzie, slap shot coming. It was blocked by Hilwa. And now Hansen. She'll cross center and dump it in. Decent start here for RPI. No real solid chances either way. There's an interception. Oh, Grigsby started skating without the puck. And then it'll send Prater back the other way for Quinnipiac. Cianferrano really the star of this Quinnipiac team, as it's Grigsby moving in. Takes it back, pulls it back, takes a shot, gets that right pad save. That's what she was looking for. Rebound just didn't quite work out for the Engineers as Thomas was crashing over there. This will be scooped out of play, and we're going to whistle. 11:18 on the clock in the first. Quinnipiac more of a balanced team than the Engineers saw last night with Princeton. It was really just the Kelsey Colzer show. Along with Carly Lund. Those two really stole the show. This is more of a balanced team Quinnipiac has. More top to bottom skills throughout the lineup. But TT Cianferrano, they're really the star, if you're looking for one, that the Engineers have to deal with, but they really have to worry about everybody top to bottom. Here's Lancaster. Trying to backhand one towards goal. It was broken up. Oro's trying to clear far side, and it'll be gathered by Hayes, the freshman from Hartford, Vermont. And it's Megan Hayes dropping it back for Kendra Ferroli, her classmate. Moved into the zone, no, just barely. Thought Oro's was going to carry that in with her skate, but it's back to the RPI line. Hayes, touch pass back as she had a bit of pressure on her. Wren gives it over to Kendra Ferroli. Sophomore from Irvine, California, making her 14th appearance for RPI. It's looking for her first collegiate point. Baumgart drops it back, the senior from Innisfail, Alberta. And good pressure from Hayes, works it free for a moment. Now Horwood on for Tomlinson. Tomlinson trying to move out of the corner. Hayes was changing, so fewer options for Tomlinson. And she'll just backtrack into the neutral zone in the end. Chipped up the wall by Bohonic. It'll hop into the Quinnipiac bench. And we'll get a whistle. Still no shots for Quinnipiac with 10-11. Left in the first period. We haven't seen the Engineers do this to anyone this year. They're getting in front of the few shots that the Bobcats do have. There's a toe drag from Horwood, flips one towards goal. It ramps up a stick and into the netting, and we'll get a stoppage. Horwood showing off the hands there, trying to steer one towards goal. It was a good block, though. Shots attempted right now are 4-1 RPI. Thought I'd see more than that. The one shot for Quinnipiac that is recorded was blocked. And now Horwood trying to make a move out of the corner. Now Schwalbe. She'll try to center. Now she'll take it into the corner once more. Spinning away from Prater. Taking off the boards. Tomlinson wrist her over the top. Didn't miss by much. Now Hansen will pinch in. Good play from the Engineers. Midway through this first period. Bohonic now down low. Both defensemen jumping into the play. Schwalbe cycling. Tomlinson dealing with the bigger Tabin. And it's Tabin who wins the battle, and Hansen keeps it in at the blue line. Very far side, finally out to center. As Cianferrano will just have it pop off her stick, but right to Tabin. Here's Katie Tabin. Nearly gives it away in the slot. Now she does. Came off of Verpace. And now back to help out is Kenzie Prater. Tabin To center for Cianfrano. Stolen away by Rapace. Rapace into the slot. Trying to make a move, and it's poked away. Now lobbed high in the air to center. Quinnipiac will get a line change. Grigsby drops it off for Rapace. She'll stick handle into the zone before dropping it back up the wall. Grigsby in the circle takes a shot that's blocked by Emma Woods. Grigsby again. Stolen away by Woods once more. She'll feed it up the near boards for Kate McKenzie. And now carried in. Turning with it, Megan Turner. Poked away by Iwanski. And now it'll be Thomas to center ice. Made a nice move, but Turner stuck with her. Just poked it free right back to the RPI zone. Quinnipiac changing again. Rapace will shoot it off the wall, and the Engineers will get a chance to change. Hayes manning the one-man forecheck. Disrupted things a bit, but now here they come. Into the attacking zone. Marcone stops in the corner, lost the puck. Picked up by Wren. She has a little bit of trouble with it. Make it Hilwa rather, but she does clear to center. Penalty coming up. Probably interference. We'll see. 7:31 to go in the first. Quinnipiac will go on the power play for the first time. It's going to be a rough. It'll go on Megan Hayes, the freshman. First power play for Quinnipiac. 16.9% on the year are the Bobcats. RPI's penalty kill was perfect last night, up to 80.2% on the year, 65 of 81 killed.
2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 12 minutes, 29 seconds.
RPI was 5 for 5 last night against Princeton, killing off penalties. They did allow 2 shorthanded goals, however, to the Tigers. Cianfrano at the wall. Lines up a slapper. It's blocked by the shin pad of Bohonic. Quinnipiac still searching for their first shot on goal. That one just kept in at the blue line by Baumgart. Walking into the slot, finding a good angle, but the shot was right on. It was Samaskevich who got free between the circles. But her shot was held on to. There's your first shot, though. Comes with 7:08 to go in the first period. Turning with it. Cianfrano. Back to the point. Baumgart. Samaskevich shot. That one had eyes. It stuck right through. Looking for that far post. But it missed the net, and it's back out to center. Now Woods trying to jump on that loose puck. She's all by herself. Poked free. Bohonic's just going to fire it down. It'll head on goal. Rossman will turn it away. Minute 8 to go on the Quinnipiac power play as Megan Hayes is off for roughing. RPI 0 for 1 on their first power play chance. Here's Turner. Stops at the wall. Looking to center. Broken up. Schwalbe. She'll shoot it down. Good penalty killing from the Engineers here. Bobcats credited with 2 shots, so that second shot that came through from Samaskevich, they'll say, was turned away as well by Solander. And now we get an icing call, I think. Oh, offside, I beg your pardon. On the Bobcats here with 6:08 to go. First period. Faceoffs are even at 5 apiece. 6:08 on the clock. This one won by the Bobcats. Barry up the wall. Turner will play it in. Hansen spins away. She'll try to clear. Can't get it past the point. It's kept in by Greco. Barry. That one hammered wide by Prater. Turner again. Out to center as Greco had left the zone. So Quinnipiac will need to re-enter. 4 seconds to go in the power play. All by herself in the offensive zone is McKenzie. McKenzie back to the point. Engineers are back to even. Shot comes through traffic. That one skips all the way through. RPI will try to clear again. They'll get it as far as center. Tabin right back into the RPI zone. Now Hansen through center. Connects to Schwalbe, who shoots it down all the way down. This will be icing very clearly on the Engineers, and this group will have to stay on as Schwalbe did not gain the red line. Couple of scores already in ECAC hockey play. Princeton's up 2-0 already in Union. Colgate leads Harvard 1-0. Clarkson 1-0 at St. Lawrence. Doubleheader up in Canton today, men's and women's hockey. I think. May have just made that up. Played up the boards. It's carried in by Baumgart. She fires one through. It'll be gathered there by Grigsby. She'll move it out to center for Hilwa. Yep, Dartmouth is at St. Lawrence later today. I was right. There's a doubleheader going. And there's an interception at the blue line. It's kept in by Thomas, but she gives it right away. Flung to center as it'll be Marmer trying to settle. Chopped away from her by Ferroli. Engineers stay onside. Rapace in, takes a shot and a glove save is made by Rossman. May have been headed wide from that tight angle, but Rossman makes sure with the glove. Face-off in Quinnipiac territory, won by the Bobcats once again. Alicia Berry connects to Turner. Turner trying to get around Iwanski. Slows up in the corner. It'll be stolen away by Rapace, who's already shown her ability to play both ways from that center spot as a freshman. There's a shot in on goal, an easy stop by Solander as Berry was just trying to throw one at the net and did. Iwanski now in the corner. Battles there with Samiskevich, and now it's out to center. Grigsby trying to get it deep. She was broken up, and now Greco. RPI changing, but Samiskevich wants to skate. She's 1-on-5 in the zone. That one's blocked by Iwanski, and it caroms around to the boards near side where Horwood picks it up. Fired to center off of Tomlinson's stick. She tries to put some pressure on Baumgart. But it'll be corralled by McKenzie here, who tries the near wall. No icing as Prater and Iwanski go hard into the end boards. Orzakowski can't get a touch on it. They wave off the icing anyway. Wasn't going to make it. McKenzie's pass, nothing on it, and nearly cost him there, but good help from Baumgart to break it up. Prater kicks it into the RPI zone. She takes a hit there from Horwood on her way through. Left in the corner for Orzakowski. Anna Orzakowski around for Bohanek. Coming up on 3 minutes to go in the first period, no score. Good connection to center. Here's Tomlinson in. Makes the move into the slot. Pops free to Horwood. She gets knocked down. Picked up Orzakowski. Hansen a drive. That one's blocked by Cleary. And now Cleary to center. Past Cianferrano and all the way down. No icing as Bohanek will have to go pick it up there. She'll try the far side. Not enough heat on it to get it out of the zone. Lancaster. Her pass is broken up. She gets it right back. Forced to center by Hayes and now gathered by the Bobcats. Down the middle, broken up by Bohanek on their way in. Hayes up the wall. Played in by Marissa Raspa. Into the skates of Marmer, but she couldn't corral. Now she hooks Raspa. There's going to be a penalty coming up here on the Bobcats as Ferroli moves it in. A delayed call now. RPI will just shoot it down. As Solander's on her way off, but it'll be an easy touch here for Tabin. It's going to be a hook. It's going to go on Marmer, I believe. 2:11 left in the first. No score, but RPI will go on the power play for the second time. Marmer got her stick caught up in Ferroli, or maybe it was Raspa. Doesn't much matter at this point. Engineers on the man advantage. Shots are 4-3 Quinnipiac. Just 7 shots in the period. Clearing effort gets by Kimmerly and out of the zone. Rapace kicks it to herself, shoots it up the wall and into the zone. She'll play it down low for Thomas. Back to Rapace. Good puck movement here from RPI early in this power play. Grigsby into the circle, shot coming, save. No rebound from Rossman. As Grigsby didn't quite catch that one cleanly. See it kind of wobble off her stick. Also not the placement she wanted, right into the bread basket of Rossman. But that evens the shots at 4 apiece. Wren keeps the zone. She was kind of drifting towards the point, but kept the play alive. Grigsby now. Had it hop off her skate, and now there's a tie-up below the goal line. Quinnipiac used to trying to run some of this clock here with the puck against the wall. Finally poked free by Rapace. She'll stop in the corner with it. Tied up by Baumgart. Now trying to clear is Barry. Taken off the board. Stick handling Thomas, lost it. And Cianfrano clears it all the way down. Halfway through the power play. A little more than that left in the period. There's about an 8-second difference. Well, closer to a 9-second difference. Either way, the penalty will expire before the period does. That's all you need to know. Hansen off the near wall for Tomlinson. Shot down by Greco. Now 30 seconds left in the RPI power play. It'll be moved up by Hansen. On for Horwood, stops at the red line. Or excuse me, yeah, it was Horwood. And now Bohonic had it knocked off her stick. Horwood again. Stick handling through, skated right through Marcone, takes a shot, caught Rossman up high in the shoulder, rebound pops away. There's a big collision in the corner. RPI is going to go on a two-man advantage here for 8 seconds as we're going to have an interference call. Horwood was upended. She's slow to get up in the corner. Greco's going off here for interference. So with 18 seconds left in the period, RPI with a pretty substantial opportunity here. They can win this face-off. It will be big to win the draw. As it will be a power play, a 5-on-3 at that for 8 seconds before Marmer gets out of the box. Big draw for Apache here and Woods. And it's the Engineers who win it. Hansen. Bohonic down low. Quick shot blocked, and the rebound pops right back to Thomas. Out of the box is Marmer. 5-on-4 now. 7 seconds to go in the period. That shot blocked. Rebound saved by Rossman. It was Rapace on the doorstep. She was denied, and that will do it for the first period. A big chance at the end of the frame, but RPI could not sneak one past Sydney Rossman. Shots in the period, just 5-4 RPI. RPI 0 for 2 on the power play. That will turn into a third power play. Should be 0 for 3, but they'll have to do 4 now. Your score after 1. There is no score. RPI and number 8 Quinnipiac from the Houston Fieldhouse. You're watching RPI Women's Hockey on RPI TV.
RPI Hockey and RPI Athletics. Your Engineers run on Duncan. Reminder folks, don't forget
you want one?
official online store for Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute Athletics. RPIFanshop.com.
Okay, cool.
Additionally, Lions Vegas proud to support RPI Athletics. Head to downtown Troy and check out their new pub kitchen.
RPI stuff.
Guitar. 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 What'd you bring today, Noah? What'd you bring today? Okay. Noah's the king of eating at games.
I think I believe it's the king of eating at games.
All right, you're right. Noah's the prince. You should see what he brings to basketball games.
Ed or no?
Noah. No, yeah, if you see out of the pathway, he would be lost. He brings you like 3-course meals.
Maybe you should pay your workers for food.
Men's games,
Yeah.
football.
Title IX. Title IX.
Tell him about it.
What's your favorite phrase?
Title IX, yeah. Hey, you know I'm not against that.
Totally for food for all. You want to have mandatory attendance at the games too.
Stay with me.
Stay with me now.
Stay with me now, Johnny.
Hear me out.
Johnny!
Like, I can't believe you've never heard of the love. Can't take the pressure.
Hopefully there are guests. Don't say that. You paid to live. Tech fans stick together. I've heard. There's a big old group of them cheering for us when we played Michigan. We went to the GLI. It was hilarious. We beat Michigan. I think 5-2. It was awesome. They were all cheering for us. No, this is like 08, 09. They got us back. Chain? Oh, man. Yeah. Just about set for period number 2 from the Houston Fieldhouse. RPI and Quinnipiac scoreless after 1. Shots in the first period, 5-4 RPI. 3 of those shots for the Engineers came on the power play. 2 of Quinnipiac's 4. That's half of their shots, of course, came on their lone man advantage. RPI will be on the power play for another minute and a half to start the second period. RPI will now be skating from left to right across your screens as we get set for the second here on RPI TV. Face-offs in the first period. 9-7 Quinnipiac. Emma Woods 4-3 on the draw. Sabrina Rapace for RPI 3-2. The top drawman for this one as it's won by Rapace to start the second. Bouncing puck for sophomore Jamie Grigsby out of Whitby, Ontario. Gets it as far as the Quinnipiac blue line before they shoot it back down the other way. Out of town scores after 1. Cornell and Dartmouth are tied. They're scoreless as well, 0-0. Clarkson 1, St. Lawrence nothing as they wrap up that 2-game series. Princeton 2, Union nothing in Schenectady, and Harvard trails Colgate in Hamilton 1-0. Scoreless here. Rapace off for Bohonic. Turns it towards Hansen. Hansen to Rapace. Rapace walking in. Down low, Grigsby slaps it out of the air, and the save is made by Rossman. It looked like Grigsby mishandled the puck, but then she went and swatted it out of the air on goal. Rossman made the save. So the Engineers generate a scoring chance just 40 seconds into the second. Still a minute 3 on this power play. Poke to the point, Hansen. Up the wall for Rapace, knocked away from her by Cianferrano. Now Hansen again. Grigsby lets it run. Too hot for Rapace, picked up by Prater. She can't clear, kept in by Thomas. Rapace waiting, drops it off for Hansen. She can't corral, and it's out to center. Hansen now into the zone. Lost it on the stick handle. Bouncing puck. Quinnipiac can't quite clear the zone again. Hansen off for Tomlinson. Tomlinson stick handling in the zone. Far side handed off for Wren. Wren drops it back to Kimberly. Horwood now, as RPI changes its power play unit, staying in the offensive zone. Horwood again. Wren had to backtrack a bit to corral that one. Horwood now, waiting, looking to feed the far post. It's broken up. It'll be kept in the zone. Out of the box comes Greco. Engineers still on the attack, although we are 5-on-5. Horwood up the boards now to the corner for Schwalbe, kept in by Kimberly, kicked to the half wall. Shayna Tomlinson picks it up there. Fed down low. Horwood. More good offensive zone possession from the Engineers. Backhander hit off the base of the net, I think. It'll be cleared to the wall and glass, but kept in. 2:15 into the second period. Engineers 0 for 3 on the power play so far. The game remains scoreless. Turner into RPI territory. Whitney Wren, the junior from Troy, Michigan, go back and pick it up. Swats it around for Tomlinson, classmate out of Guilford, New Hampshire. Jumping on the loose puck, Woods. Woods flying in, drop pass off the skate. Samaskevich, and it's out to center. Schwalbe has it pop up off for Mask, but then flips it in deep. Half fanning on the clearing try was Tabin. Does find Baumgard to the half wall now to center. As it looks like it hops into the bench there. Pass Miranda Lance, sophomore from Mildmay, Ontario. Haven't seen much of this two-man fourth line from Quinnipiac. That includes Lance and Tori DeAngelis. Cianferrano will sneak it across the blue line before getting double teamed. Kept in by Cianferrano as Hansen tried to clear up high. Dug out of some skates by Grigsby. She gets it out to center. Grigsby crosses the red line and dumps it in. Left there by Rossman. Tough handle by Greco, but Quinnipiac moves it to center through the legs of Cianfrano. And then it's nearly given away at the near boards. Cleary had it for a moment, but now Prater. Grigsby into the zone, pulls it back, takes a shot over the top, hits off the glass behind Rossman. Nearly 4 minutes gone in the second. There's a diving play by Thomas, keeps the play in the zone. There's a poke check in the circle. RPI's forecheck causing a little bit of trouble here, but now the Bobcats will move it to center. When you are able to cycle the puck and create pressure, a lot of times that's all the opposing team can do, expend their energy just trying to clear the puck, and you move it right back in. That's where the Engineers find themselves. Now a giveaway. Orzechowski tried to stick handle, lost it. She was in a great spot, but couldn't find the puck, and now back comes Quinnipiac the other way. Lancaster fires wide. Randy Marcone. Stolen away by Wren. Wren trying to stick handle. Gets past Marcone. Now it's kicked away. Orzechowski down to a knee. Gets it to center. Hayes will cross the red line, and she will flip it deep. McKenzie back to pick it up for the Bobcats. Turning away from Horwood. Now Baumgart spins with it. Losing her stick behind the net was Horwood. Puck out to center. Chipped to the far boards by Hansen. She doesn't realize Horwood's across the line. It'll be offside here on the Engineers, and I think they're going to call this intentional offside, which I do not, or are they? Oh boy. I don't quite agree with that. I don't think Hansen knew that Horwood was in the zone. They're calling intentional offside here. Anyway, face off in the RPI zone. Engineers win it. Hansen to center ice. It's tipped all the way down. It came off of Quinnipiac's stick. It came off of Wood, so no icing. Schwalbe in the corner. Knocked away. Corralled there by, that was Barry, but the Engineers keep it in. Now shot by Horwood hits a skate. Bohonic pinching up the boards, keeps it alive in the zone. Schwalbe now. She's watched by Tabin. Centering pass, deflected high in the air over the net. Tomlinson again. She goes down. Horwood trying to find it along the boards, and it's eventually Samiskevich who clears to center on the carry. Samiskevich in, fired wide, comes off the end wall. Engineers have to be careful. Bohonic picks up on the other side. Although Melissa Samiskevich is there as well, sophomore from Sandy Hook, Connecticut. Continues to do battle in the corner. Cianfrano trying to find some room in the top of the zone. Hands it off there, just off the bench, Abby Cleary. She's tied up by Schwalbe. Pried away by Prater. Kenzie Prater now. A freshman from Hudson, Wisconsin. Just about a half hour from the Minnesota-Wisconsin borders. Horwood stick handling into the offensive zone. Excuse me, Hudson right on the border. I should say half hour from the Twin Cities. Shot by Rapace right on, and it'll be held by Rossman. 13:25 to go second period, excuse me, no score. Draw here to the left of Rossman. Broken up behind the goal. Baumgart. She'll skate. Broken up there. Rapace trying to throw on the brakes and head back the other way. Sabrina Rapace poked away by Baumgart. And now forced to center. Danielle Marmer on the move. All by herself in the offensive zone. Takes a seat at the top of the circle. Kimmerly. Given away there. It's poked loose by Rapace out to center. Barry. Far side connection to Cleary. Trying to chip it across the line. Carried on further now. A 2-on-1 down low. Shot and a goal. What a snipe. Emma Woods right under the crossbar. And it's 1-0 Quinnipiac. With 12:37 left in the second. Emma Woods picks up her 5th of the year and was quite a shot from the far circle. Seemed like an innocent play moving into the zone. All of a sudden it became a 2-on-1. Solander went down and Woods went high. And that was that 1-0. Quinnipiac with the lead. Engineers doing a great job in the first period, only allowing the 4 shots on goal. But now Quinnipiac strikes. Greco looks to cycle. And now push to center ice. Hilwa just throwing it into the skates of Greco. Stopped in front of the Quinnipiac bench now. Abby Cleary and Alicia Berry pick up the assists on the goal. As I mentioned, it is Woods' 5th of the season. First collegiate point for Abby Cleary on the assist, and then Alicia Berry with her 4th assist of the year. We'll have an icing here on RPI. Face off in the Engineers zone. First goal of the game comes 7:23 into the second. And we get a whistle, and we get elbowing right off the draw. They're going to get Lindsay Hilwa for a penalty. Elbowing on Hilwa will send Quinnipiac to the power play for the 2nd time today. Cianferrano trying to center. It's broken up. Jam try at the side of the cage. Woods. And just move it out of there. Baumgart. One-timer. That one trickles in on goal. And Solander had to make the save. It was slowed up a bit by one of the Engineers' defenders. Draw here. Stuck in the skates of the 2 face-off participants, and now Baumgart down low. Touch pass for Woods, back to Cianferrano. Around behind for Woods again. To the point. Samiskevich. Baumgart fakes a shot, hands it off for Woods. Woods. Samiskevich down low. Cianferrano trying to center. That popped in the air. Chopped all the way down by Tomlinson. A big clear there on the penalty kill for RPI. As they're allowed to change all 4. Halfway through the power play, an elbowing call on senior captain Lindsay Hilwa out of Cary, North Carolina. It'll be skated in by Turner. Stops at the half boards. Waits for Quinnipiac to change its power play unit now. Berry. Greco. Berry again. Fakes a shot. Works it to the circle. Gets it back. Here's Berry again. Greco. McKenzie. Quinnipiac throwing 3 defensemen out there on the power play. Usually you see teams go the other way. But it's Greco, Berry, and McKenzie out there as that shot was turned away. Had a shin pad. Here's Berry again. A slap shot. That one's hammered wide. To the point for Greco. 16 seconds to go in the power play. Berry again. That one hits bodies in front. Hit a skate, I think. Might have got Hansen on the way through. Greco again. Off for Berry. She'll try another slap shot. That one's blocked again. Behind the goal. Prater trying to jam it in front. Kicked at, and now Rapace will skate it to center, finding Hilwa just out of the box. Lindsay Hilwa 1-on-2. Rapace joining. Backhand on goal. Save, and then Rapace is dumped in front of goal. She's got a smile on her face as she heads back to the bench. 9:33 to go. The Engineers kill off the penalty. Shots are 8-7 RPI. But the Bobcats lead 1-0 with 9:33 to go in the second period. Emma Woods, the goal scorer from Abby Cleary and Alicia Berry. The only goal in this game. Face-off win for RPI, back to the point. Kimberly fires it on goal. Rossman made the stop. Lancaster now to center, past everybody. Kimberly's going to try and track it down. Marmer on her hip. It'll be played up the wall by Oros. Schwalbe into the offensive zone. This will be icing on the Engineers. And then Schwalbe, and a bit of a decent little cell job there. Not sure who it was behind the net. That was Tabin. Trying to draw a penalty on Schwalbe. Went to the ice rather easily there. The referee was not having any of that. 9:10 on the clock in the second. 1-0 Quinnipiac leads on a great shot from Emma Woods in this period. McKenzie. Centering pass. Oh, nearly leaving the post was Solander. She's able to keep it out. Now Woods trying to drive it out in front. That's swept away. Turner. Far point, kept in. Just shot into the corner by Greco. Now Kimberly. She'll jump on a loose puck, try to swat it out. Oros on for Wren. Engineers look to break out. Wren flying into the attack. Lost the handle, but goes deep. McKenzie now does battle with Schwalbe. She'll turn out of the corner nicely and find Woods. Woods to center. A couple players lose their sticks. Hansen carries into the zone. It's turned right back around. Waiting at the blue line is Cianfrano hollering for the puck. But by the time she gets it, Hayes is back to sweep it away. Hilwa through center. Gets hooked just a bit by Cianfrano. And now a chance to break. In Prater, and she scores. It was a busted play in the neutral zone, and all of a sudden Kenzie Prater was in alone with Solander, and she elects to shoot just inside the left post, blocker side of Solander. And the freshman picks up her 5th goal of the year to make it 2-0. So an even strength goal here for Quinnipiac makes it 2-0. Under 8 to go in the second. Puck chopped to the near side. It'll be Hansen trying to steer it out of danger, and does to Bohonic. Up the boards for Tomlinson. Tomlinson trying to walk around Barry. I think Barry's going to take an interference call here. Oh, no. It is interference. Okay. Thought I was right. 7:29 to go in the second. RPI will go back on the power play, I think. Yep, there goes Barry. She got in Tomlinson's way on her way into the zone. So the Engineers will be on the power play for the 4th time. 0 for 3, of course. Engineers could really use a power play goal as they trail 2-0. And it's Quinnipiac who wins the draw and shoots it down. A week ago Friday, RPI put up 5 power play goals on RIT in 8 tries, but since then they have yet to score on one, including the 7 they did not score on the next day, and then the 4 last night against Princeton. In fact, I believe they were 5 for 5 in that game at one point. So it's been a while since the Engineers power play has converted. Hayes, or make it Rapace rather. Far side, plenty of room for Wren, walking in, trying to feed it back door, but Grigsby was tied up well by McKenzie. Great keep by Kimberly. Touch pass, Rapace, knocked away from her, cannot be kept by Kimberly. It's out to center. Minute 8 to go on the power play. Horwood just off the bench. She'll skate and then flip it off the boards to herself. Watched by Woods, still Horwood all the way around the net. Shot flung wide, it'll be kept by Bohonic. Bohonic stops at the half board, she's pressured there by Lancaster. Now some room here. Horwood a shot, looking for the tip from Tomlinson. I think she got a piece of it, but it went wide anyway. Bouncing puck along the wall, 34 seconds to go on RPI's 4th power play. McKenzie knocked away. Horwood turns it down low. McKenzie looking a little bit tired here on this shift. RPI needs to try and take advantage of this group being out there for a little bit. Schwalbe stopping at the boards. Finds Tomlinson. 12 seconds to go on the power play. Centering pass broken up there by Baumgart, and it's kept in by Hansen. 6 seconds to go in the man advantage. Work down low. Schwalbe with 3. Penalties over. RPI 0 for 4, but still on the attack. Quinnipiac slow to get the player in. The 5th skater, now a shot by Hansen, will get the whistle that Rossman and these Bobcats dearly needed. As that group, I think, was out there for almost the entire power play. That penalty kill unit. .5:20 to go in the second. Quinnipiac has doubled its lead here to 2-0. Couple of goals in the period. One by Woods and one by Prater. Here is Prater. A little bit too far for Lance to track down. Although it's driven right to the net by Cianferrano, and it's held onto by Slander. I was wondering where the puck was. It was in her glove. Looked like one of the engineers may have gotten away with a hook or a bit of a hold there. As it was Prater trying to drive to the net with Cianferrano. She was held up a bit. Allowed the puck to get free, and then Slander to cover it up. No one can find it on the dot. It's flipped on goal by Marcone. Slander makes the save again. Up the wall, good connection there. Here comes Rapace into the offensive zone. Rapace in, shot, blocker save, rebound. Thomas put it wide. It's about as close as it's been for RPI so far today. Rapace and Thomas each with tries at the net front. Unsuccessful. Now a chance to break for Quinnipiac as Bohonic jumped into the play. Centering pass, couldn't quite find Marcone on the other side. 4 minutes to go in the second period. Tie up at the neutral zone, at the blue line, I should say. Greco is going to play it in. Hansen back to pick it up there. Turner. Handoff for Cleary. Greco at the point. McKenzie. That one skips by Schwalbe. Turner trying to center, hit the base of the net with the puck. She'll find Woods now. Woods, Greco. Cleary, stolen away for a second by Schwalbe, then she gets knocked down. Tap back to the point, some space for McKenzie. Slap shot coming, and that one goes wide. Slander didn't see it at all. In the air, gloved at by Tomlinson, trying to track it down, although it's kept in by Greco again. Bohonic goes into the corner there with Samiskevich. And now Horwood will finally be able to skate it out to center ice. Broken up at the red line and shot back in by McKenzie, who goes off on a change. 2:50 to go in the second period. 2-0 is the Quinnipiac lead. Samiskevich, Cianferrano gives it back. Centering pass, hits a skate, goes into the corner. Cycling is Prater. And now Samiskevich. She looks to center all the way through Prater. She was tied up pretty well by Horwood. Tomlinson off the boards now. Flip back to center ice. Schwalbe tried to shoot it back in. It's broken up, and now here comes Cianfrano. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Good poke check by Ferroli. Hilwa at center ice. Carried on by Tabin. She'll fire on goal. Stick stopped by Solander. Tabin poked away by Hilwa, who got her stick up high on Marmer, who was looking for a call, but no one was watching. Lancaster throws it off a boot, goes behind the goal. Marmer again. Quinnipiac buzzing, flips one on goal, and Marmer gets decked in front by Iwanski. She went down hard, but is quickly back to her feet. I don't think we're going to get a call out of this. Solander making the save. 1:47 on the clock now, second period. Shots are 13-11 Engineers, but they trail 2-0. Wren on a mission here, flips to center. Rapace for Thomas, led her into the zone. Thomas, a tight angle shot off the base of the net, pops all the way out of the zone. Hansen just off the bench will corral and shoot it back in. 3 Engineers need a touch up, and they do. Give it away. Hansen waits for Rapace. Now she'll stick handle to the far side of the zone before moving it deeper. Baumgart around, pinching in Bohonic. Bohonic behind the goal. Twisting and turning, finds Thomas. In front, trying to steer it onto her forehand was Grigsby, couldn't quite do so. Minute to go in the second. Engineers cycling now. Stolen away, this is Marcone. She's wrapped up. Grigsby. Pushed into the end wall by McKenzie. 40 seconds to go in the period. There's a scrum behind the Quinnipiac goal. I don't think we're going to get a winner of this one. Although they're letting him try. And it's finally out of there. Horwood. Into the circle, trying to feed it in front, hit a skate. Everyone kind of converged on the net, and the puck's out to center. 18 seconds to go in the period. Amanda Kimberly turns with it, trying to work it up the wall. Ahead for Horwood, and now here's Schwalbe. Poked off her stick, kept in the zone by Horwood. Throws one on goal. That took a deflection off Tomlinson. And I believe a blocker save was made by Rossman. 1 second, and that will do it. Second period is over. Shots 13-11 RPI, but Quinnipiac scores twice in the frame to take a 2-0 lead. We'll be back with the third period in just a bit. You're watching RPI Women's Hockey and RPI TV.
Shots on goal, period 2 for Quinnipiac, 7. Total of 11 for Red Slayer, 9. To period total of 15. Say fans, are you hungry? Download Emilio app today. Tap, order, sit back, and relax. Place your order at Emilio.com or on your Emilio app with promo code RPI and receive $5 off your first order. Emilio is proud to support and feed RPI. Quinnipiac and your RPI engineers. Let's meet the starters for both clubs. First for Quinnipiac, off forward from Buffalo, New York, number 17, freshman Abby Cleary. Off forward from Hudson, Wisconsin, number 21, freshman Kenzie Grader. Off forward from Oswego, New York, number 22, junior TT Cianferrano. Defenseman from Winnipeg, Manitoba, number 4, freshman Kate McKenzie. Defenseman from Burlington, Ontario, number 25, senior Emma Greco. In goal today for the Bobcats from Excelsior, Minnesota, number 34, senior Sydney Rossman. And the rest of the Quinnipiac Bobcats. The head coach of the Bobcats in her second season is in return. The assistant coach is Eddie Artico. The assistant coach is Amanda Mazzaza. Now, introducing the starters for your RPI engineers. Off forward from Whitby, Ontario, number 6, sophomore Jamie Grigsby. Off forward from Toronto, Ontario, number 7, freshman Sabrina Rapace. Off forward from Heartland, Wisconsin, number 18,
Puck behind the net, trying to drag it out in front and spinning it wide was Cianfrano. Here's Hansen. Pops off her stick, now carried on further. Marcone, a shot and a save. Off the stick of Solander. Now work to the point. Lancaster's tied up. Back out to center. That dump in try hit a teammate. It hit Marmer, but Barry does get it deep. Laura Horwood through Tomlinson, picked up by Tabin, and now back in comes Lancaster. Muscled off the puck was Hansen by Woods, and now it's going to be kept in at the blue line on the backhand by Baumgart. Turner lost it in her skates, but does enough to keep it in the zone. Working it to the corner for Cleary, who picked up her first collegiate point earlier tonight, or today, I should say, on an assist. One-handed to center by Schwalbe. Tomlinson scooping up the boards. Engineers are onside, just barely. Trying to find it now. Schwalbe, a shot, save, and the rebound trickling behind the goal. Schwalbe again, a tight angle shot, and the save is made by Rossman. And now Rossman finds it at the side of the cage and sprawls out on her side to cover. Taylor Schwalbe with a chance. But Sydney Rossman again makes the save. Rossman has 5 shutouts this year and 23 in her career. Playing her 68th collegiate game. Race for the puck at center ice. Ferroli's just going to get there ahead of Samoskevich. Good connection to center. Tough angle on that pass, but Hilwa gathers. Hayes tried to step through a slap shot, but the puck wasn't there. It'll be shot back in. Samoskevich in. Cianfrano chases, but Kimberly beats her to the puck and pokes up the boards for Orzakowski. Anna Orzakowski, the sophomore from Tonawanda, New York. Had it for a moment, but now Wren behind for Kimberly. Wraps it back around behind for Whitney Wren. Played down the middle, given away. Marmer centering. That's broken up. Now Wren will skate it to center ice. Flipped in deep by the Engineers. They want to get a change. Tabin. Oh, Grigsby had it. Now jumping in is Thomas. Off for Rapace, a save. Rebound, Rapace put it wide. Great chance for Sabrina Rapace. The puck was on edge. She just kind of shoveled it left of the goal. That's how you're going to beat Rossman, though. You're not going to beat her with a straight-on shot. It needs to be some kind of rebound like they had. Rossman just a little bit out of position. But Rapace could not find that space to her left. Inside the posts. McKenzie back into her own zone. Finds Greco using the far wall. It's kept in by Bohonic. Fired through center past Turner. This will be icing on Quinnipiac. And we'll get a stoppage in play. 15:52 to go in the third. Good jump from the Engineers here in the period. Although they've yet to beat Sydney Rossman. But they keep getting closer and closer. Shots 15-12 RPI. Two to one in this third period. Here's Schwalbe. Indirect for Tomlinson, trying to center, intercepted by Turner, and she'll skate it to center ice. Megan Turner, the senior from Bedford, New Hampshire, dumps it in. It's broken up there. Turned around by Iwanski. She'll fire it down the middle. Right to Barry. Given away at the wall. Tomlinson firing, and a glove save is made by Rossman. Bobcats just a little bit careless here in the third period in their own end. It's turned into some chances here for the Engineers. But right now, hasn't hurt them. As RPI has not been able to find the net on some tries here. Cross ice feed, some space on the far side for Samiskevich to work. In on goal, an easy glove save for Solander, who was in the butterfly. This is the final home game of the athletics calendar for the semester. Women's hockey doesn't play again, these Engineers, until January 6 and 7 against Brown and Yale. So a bit of a break. The next athletic event, home event for RPI Athletics will be basketball. They start Liberty League play on the 30th of January. Can you believe that? Teams play on New Year's Eve as well. Why not? Bobcats cycling in the offensive zone. It comes free to Megan Hayes, and she'll skate it to center. No, she won't. Penalty coming. They're going to get Hilwa for holding here. Not what you've wanted for the Engineers. RPI was already coming out of the zone with the puck, but Hilwa will go to the penalty box for the second time today. It will be the third power play for Quinnipiac on the afternoon. They are 0 for 2. It looks like St. Lawrence is going to lose for the first time this year. They're down 4-0 to Clarkson. Here's a shot from the point, and that one trickles wide. The two teams tied 3-3 on Thursday, Clarkson and St. Lawrence. There's a shot that's hammered wide from the circle by McKenzie. Barry back up top. Greco a slapper. That one's blocked and is underneath Hansen. Should get a whistle here as they're digging away at Hansen's stomach. They're trying to find the puck. Looks like she might have hurt her wrist or hand on the play. It was underneath there, and there was looked like everybody just trying to scoop it out of there. Eventually got a whistle. 1:25 to go on Quinnipiac's third power play. There's a good clearance by the Engineers penalty killers. So Clarkson looks to be taking over first place in the league all by itself. They're up 4-0 in the third. Bobcats sitting in third. Right now leading 2-0 here. But they could pull to within 2 points of St. Lawrence for the number 2 spot. 4 teams go on hiatus. There's Samiskevich. Drop pass. Shot coming. It was blocked by Wren. Wren, one of the better shot blockers in the league. She and Amanda Kimberly actually leads the country. 52 block shots on the season. To the near side. Cianfrano. One-timer they score. Pretty play. And it's Wood's second goal of the game. A power play tally. With 13:17 to go in the game, and that put a damper on the spirits of the Engineers, who are looking to maybe try and come back in this game. They've had some chances to try and pull a goal back, but now down 3. It's going to be that much more difficult for RPI in this one. Power play tally for Emma Woods, her second of the game and 6th of the year. And we get an icing call right off the opening draw. Here's, I believe, a penalty coming up here on Quinnipiac. Solander was headed off, so 12:47 to go, 3-0 Quinnipiac. But the Engineers will go on the power play for the 5th time now. And we will have a timeout RPI with 12:47 left in the game. RPI with the power play. They may think about pulling Solander here, maybe get a 6-on-4. Tell you about that in just a moment. You're watching RPI Women's Hockey on RPI TV.
The third Quinnipiac goal, a power play goal scored by number 18.
That diesel smell's gotten up here now.
Assisted by number 22.
Huh? That diesel.
TTC in Toronto.
They spilled something down there. The front doors of the rink are open. It's freezing down there.
43 seconds.
And the back door's open.
Third Quinnipiac goal, a power
Yeah, I
play
hope
goal
so.
scored by number 18. Woods, assisted by number 22. TTC in Toronto. And number 10, Taryn Lombard at 6:43.
Huh?
Solander's going off.
Oh, she's going off. Empty net. What? You're fine, you're fine, you're fine. Put the face-offs in. Oh boy. Six on four for RPI with the power play and the extra attacker. As it'll be moved out to center. Scoop towards the RPI end. Here's Thomas. Bohonic. Behind for Grigsby. Took her eye off the puck and tried to make that pass. Digging away. Still 6 on 4 for RPI. They have the goalie pulled. Kimberly, a slapper. That one's cleared down. It will be wide of the net. .36 seconds to go on the power play for RPI. Kimberly. Engineers 0 for 4 in the power play now. Just 10 seconds remaining on their 5th. Wren trying to keep it alive at the point. Towards the blue line, kept in Kimberly. She'll scoop it towards the far wall. Penalty is over, so now 6 on 5 with still 10:43 left. You don't see a lot of goaltenders pulled with this much time left, but RPI is keeping it in the offensive zone, so why not? Here's Horwood. Backhanded towards the net. It was blocked. Picked up by Schwalbe behind the cage. She's roughed up in the corner. Gets back on it there. Hayes. Horwood. Bouncing puck. Kimberly keeps it. Wren. Kimberly. One-timer deflected wide by Horwood. Now an empty net try and they score, but Solander's out there. I believe that's going to count as a goal against Solander. It's 4-0, although unfortunately she wasn't quite all the way in the net yet. But it comes halfway through the period. Fed on goals. Save made by Solander. Marmer to center. Flipped in wide of goal. It'll be left there by Solander. Here's Kimmerly. Centering pass, flip wide by Tomlinson. Quinnipiac has taken an 18-17 lead in shots, and we have a penalty coming up here as there was a Bobcat dumped in the corner. See who they're going to get. I think it was Tomlinson. So the Engineers are now 0 for 5 on the power play. Quinnipiac 1 for 3 in the man advantage, and they'll go on their 4th power play chance here with 8:49 to go in the 3rd period. I believe it's a cross check. Cross check is the call on Tomlinson. Some more discussion going on here. Emma Woods, the captain for Quinnipiac, and Laura Horwood for RPI. Engineers trying to kill the penalty. Woods has 2 goals tonight. Make it 3. She scored the quasi-empty netter. So that's back-to-back nights now the Engineers have given up hat tricks. It was Colzer yesterday and Woods today. Now a jam trying a right pad stop made by Solander. Cianferrano trying to jam it in on the other side. Now a shot and a goal. Power play tally, that's her 4th, Emma Woods. Having an afternoon, the senior captain makes it 5-0. Two great stops by Levisa's Solander, but you couldn't keep the 3rd one out as Woods buries it. So now 8:12 to go. It's a 4-goal game for Emma Woods. She came in with 4 goals on the season. Doubled today. Swatted into the circle. And now Lancaster. Lost it to Ferroli. Off the glass by Oros. Fanning on it, McKenzie. Works to try and find it. She had Hayes all over. Lancaster to center back for McKenzie. Scooping it along. Woods wants more. No, it's poked away by Kimmerly. Fed up the boards for Grigsby, and now forced into the offensive zone by the Engineers. McKenzie Duels there with Grigsby. Gets it back, plays it up the wall. Thomas pops it high in the air. It'll be knocked down by Baumgard, and then worked ahead for Turner. Turner shoots it in. It's stopped by Solander. It'll be worked to the far wall. Under 7 to go now in the third period. 5-0 Quinnipiac leading. Engineers look like the better team for maybe the first half of this game, really, but it's been all Quinnipiac since then. Just couldn't find that first goal, RPI, and still can't. And a good team like Quinnipiac, you give them enough time, they're eventually going to break through, and they have in a big way. Puck just across the line. Engineers are offside. Bobcats have it anyway, and then they'll break it out to center. Cianfrano has a step on the Engineers' defense. Shot over the top. That missed the net. Back comes Tomlinson for RPI. Wrister, she scores! Shayna Tomlinson. Looked like it handcuffed Rossman a bit there, and it found its way inside the right post. So the Engineers are on the board. Shayna Tomlinson picks up her first goal of the year and her 12th collegiate goal. The junior from Guilford, New Hampshire, breaks up the shutout here and picks up RPI's first goal of the weekend. Horwood. Schwalbe pops away from her. Hansen gets turned inside out by Marmer. Marmer walking in, saved by Solander, and it's cleared out to center. So it's Tomlinson from Horwood, the lone assist to this point. Wave off the icing, it's dumped in. Wren, 5-1 game. We were scoreless after one. Slap shot coming well wide from Turner. Raspa out of the reach of Tremblay. 5 minutes to go in the third. Samiskevich on for Prater. Prater run into by Wren. Still on it, feeds it behind the goal for Samiskevich. Turning and trying to center. Flipped on goal, and it'll be held onto by Solander. That was Prater's opportunity there. Face off in the RPI zone, 4:44 to go. A 3-goal period for Quinnipiac. Had the Bobcats stake to a 5-0 lead. Shayna Tomlinson's pulled one back with her first of the season for RPI. Shot in by the Engineers. Rapachi's going to try and track it down. McKenzie there first. Wheels out of danger, but can't clear the zone. Second effort does off the stick of Prater. Cianfrano will just flip it deep as Quinnipiac will change all 5. Solander will leave it behind for Wren. Grigsby, center ice, dump into the far corner. Denton's off the Zamboni door. Thomas, fed along the wall. McKenna Thomas, running out of real estate, just backhands it in further. Lancaster now. Stick handling behind her own net to create some space. Gets by Hayes, and now she's out to center. 3-on-2 rush, maybe. Lancaster in, trying to go coast to coast, and a save is made by Solander. Thomas chipping, neutral zone. Played by Hayes. 2-on-3 into the zone come the Engineers now. Hayes in, stops in the corner. She'll dump it down low. That play broken up. Tight angle shot goes wide from Orzakowski. Oros did a nice job to break up that pass. And it fell right to Orzakowski, who had a tight angle shot. But that one went wide. Quinnipiac dumps in with 3:15 to go. Through center, nearly picked off by Woods. Carried on further by Cleary. Cleary in. Shot blocked by Kimmerly. Turner. Cycles for Cleary. Fed in by McKenzie. The late offside, and we get a whistle on that offside play. And again, we get an intentional offside. I don't know if that's the correct interpretation of the rule for the second time today, but at least they've been consistent. 2:55 left. 5-1 the Quinnipiac lead. Lancaster out of the corner. Pops in the air. Stick handled towards the neutral zone by Samiskevich. Comes back to McKenzie. She'll try the near side. Cianfrano dumps it in. Behind the goal, played by Hansen. Horwood. Cianfrano plays it back. Tabin. Samiskevich. Prater. Prater's still on it. Picked up by Bohonic in the corner. Now Horwood. Back for Bohonic. Flipping it across the blue line. It will be not kept by Horwood. No, a chance to break 3-on-1. Prater, Lancaster has Cianfrano with her. Shot goes wide from Cianfrano. And now back comes the Engineers. Flipped in by Bohonic. She was knocked down. Under 2 to play in regulation. Quickly up ahead for Lancaster. She went down to a knee. Keeps the play alive in the offensive zone. Penalty coming up. So to go on the Engineers, I think it's a hook on Rapace. 1:37 left. And the Engineers are going to go on the kill. Rapace off for hooking with 1:37 left. Engineers down by 4. It'll be the 5th power play for the Bobcats. They're 2 for 4 today. Penalty, if it lasts as long as it should, will finish the game, although not barring another Quinnipiac power play goal. Here's Samiskevich walking in. Drops it off. Woods. Baumgart back to Woods. Caught a little bit too deep. Likes to pass it out. Deflects into the corner. Samiskevich. Down low. Cianfrano shot blocked. Rebound save by Solander on the try by Samiskevich. Right between the circles. But Solander does a nice job going left to right. Again, Solander can't really be to blame for this one. She had 39 saves last night. Just 20 so far today, but not an easy save in the bunch there. Not one that you think maybe she should have had of the 5. They've all been either great shots or bang-bang plays. Nothing she can do about it. Here's Barry. Greco. One-timer coming and a blocker stopped there by Solander. McKenzie again. Down low for Turner. Tried to feed it through a number of bodies. It was blocked right back to her. Prater. Barry. Greco. 21 seconds to go. Greco. One-timer coming. Turner with a deflection, trying to stuff it home. And it's covered up by Solander with 14.2 to go. So the Engineers led in shots after 2 periods, 13-11. But 16 shots here in the 3rd period for Quinnipiac to just 5 for RPI. Have created a pretty sizable margin of victory, currently at 4. Baumgart. Marmer, her pass broken up. Ferroli trying to clear, loose the slot. Samiskevich flicks one wide of the goal. Jam try, where is it? It's in the net. I think it's going to count. I think it's Cianferrano's goal. It went in right before the horn. And that will make this one a 6-1 final. Engineers on the season dropped to 5-14-1, 2-6-0 in the league. The Bobcats with their 13th win are now 13th 4-3, 7-2-1. I'd thank you for watching today's game. Once again, your final score, Quinnipiac 6 and RPI 1.
Did they call it a goal? I think they called it a goal, but there should be, if there should be .1 then, or else it wouldn't have been a goal. Is it plus? Oh, okay. It's not our issue. Yeah. For that last one? 14, 25, 2, 15.
From 11 to 10.
The sixth Quinnipiac goal, power play goal scored by number 22, TT Cianferrano. Assisted by number 11, Melissa Samaskevich, and number 10, Taryn Baumgart. Time of the goal, 20 minutes. Sixth Quinnipiac goal, power play goal scored by number 22, TT Cianferrano. Assisted by number 11, Melissa Samaskevich, and number 10, Taryn Baumgart, at 20 minutes. Quinnipiac takes this one by a score of 6-1. Engineers, thank you for attending tonight's game, and please arrive home safely.
We have 18 is the goal.
18, 22, and 10.
Do you have a plus?
Yeah. 10.
Correction on the last goal, ladies and gentlemen. Time of the goal, 19 minutes, 59 seconds, 19:59.